Okay, guys, we're talking about some of the things that's going on today in the NFL. The really big big item is Antonio Brown, who left the Pittsburgh Steelers to come to the Raiders. He had the issue with the feet, with the blisters on his feet, and he couldn't practice. And then later, the NFL has through a lot of research and health rules, they're promoting a new helmet to be used by players in the NFL. And Antonio Brown's used the same helmet for 10 years. He said the new one, the mouthpiece part, I think it impairs his vision. And he makes all those tremendous, crazy toe tapping catches. But Antonio Brown, he has a flair for dragging it out dramatically. Maybe he should have been an actor anyway. But there's no doubt that I guess he does his job as well as Jerry Rice did his. I say that. There may be people faster than him. Certainly a lot of people bigger than him. But instinctively, nobody's better. And then he has a way of finding a hole in a defense. He finds a hole. But anyway, he's tremendous, and he's worth every penny they give him. It's time to come on back to camp and get ready to play now because, what are we talking about? It's just preseason. We don't need to guess that Antonio Brown needs to learn how to run any routes or how to beat a cornerback. He's beat most of them anyway. And the new one's coming up. You can do all the team stuff you want to do. That receiver, cornerback thing is a kind of personal thing. You need to get on that line and face up with a wide receiver. And the first thing you need to do is to try to dramatically put your swag over his swag. You're going to be talking trash. It's a lot of stuff goes on wide out like that. But anyway, we know he can do that. So come on back and play, Antonio. Now, the second thing is the Jay-Z thing. You're trying to make a deal with the NFL to get this musical contract to promote the NFL. And naturally, if you have that kind of deal, you'll be able to institute a lot of different variations, songs, artists, things that you want to do. But it's worth a lot of money. And people out here in the neighborhood, they're thinking it's kind of contradictory because you kind of stood up for Kaepernick, and anybody human should stand up for Kaepernick. You might not like his toolbox. You might not like the way how he protested the police violence and the inequality and injustice in America. But it does exist. If you live in America, you know it exists. So in that part, Kaepernick was correct, and Jay-Z saw that, and to liken himself to the general public, especially the black public and the hip hop audience, which is where he's at. He rode along with that, and he bastarded the NFL for the collusion of all the NFL owners for not hiring him. Look, they just hired McCown. I don't know. I remember McCown, 20 years ago. I don't know how long McCown's been a backup. He hasn't played in a long time. He just got a job like a couple days ago, this weekend. If you want to win games and look professional on your team, I'm almost sure, without looking at Kaepernick, that he has those things at hand. I'm sure he can run an offense and play football and maybe win some games on his athletic ability. If he's, if all those things haven't eroded and left him. But there's still the collusion with the owners, and Donald Trump is promoting that kind of thing with the owners anyway. Um, but Jay-Z, if you're standing up and you're mentioning great men like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Jim Brown, Muhammad Ali, Bill Russell, guys who stood up for uh, inequality and stood up for equality and justice in America, and stop treating the black man like a stepchild and a dog and stuff like that. If you did all of that, I don't know how you make friends with the people who are purposely keeping Kaepernick out of the public's eye, and Kaepernick's whole purpose was to promote equal justice. I don't know how you put those kind of people on your Christmas list and still be a civil rights activist. I don't know. Anyway, we'll know more but I don't know if I need to wait and know more, because just like black folks, family members, you don't just have to be of the same ethnicity. You can be of the same family, of the same DNA. When that dollar bill is involved, people will usually run all over bloodlines and friendships for that dollar bill. That dollar bill will make predators out of most men. So I hope we don't have to just go back and summarize your reasons for trying to get in bed with the NFL as just a money thing, because you got a lot of money anyway, you and Beyonce. Of course, that's a lot more money and a lot more power. But boy, your own family, people you grew up with, people who you taught how to walk straight, people you taught how to speak properly. When you talked about Julius Caesar and Sherlock Holmes and people that you respected and thought could bring some light to their lives by teaching them some things about your heroes, people you shared with, they will dog you out for that dollar bill, right? You better wake up. Sounds like it's just in a story or something, but it's not. It's true. Wait until you get old enough to go to a lot of funerals and shit. You go to funerals and see a lot of people die, and then you hear more stories about family members who will kill another family member to get the rights to that house, that bank account. You might already know some of those stories, but live long enough and you'll see it. Okay, we'll see what happens later. This is Rooney Sr. Later.